This meet has to happen again.
Tickets for the second edition of the Grenada Invitational are now available. As the countdown begins, the chance to secure your seat at the Karani James Athletic Stadium is now. On Saturday, April 21st, join the thousands who will be there to cheer on a stellar cast of elite and world-renowned athletes.
But this is magic. Karani James, Olympic champion, favorite son, came out here tonight, and look at this crowd. This has to happen again.
Tickets are now available online at GrenadaInvitational.com, gotofet.com, and at the following box offices: Grenadian Optical, St. George's and Grandant, Duty Free Caribbean, Bruce Street Mall, Venus Restaurant and Bar, Wall Street, and Maxie's Bar in Grenville. Tickets are now available to the main stand, the finish line, the secondary stand, the bleachers, and the VIP section. The Grenada Invitational 2018 will be another historic event. Get your tickets now before the stadium is completely sold out. Again. Saturday, April 21st, Kirani James Athletic Stadium, the Grenada Invitational, as Grenada once again welcomes the world.
Number 4.
For over 2 decades, Grenada has had one of the highest electricity rates in the world. In a non-competitive environment, the high rates have been putting businesses under pressure, forcing householders to cut, stifling economic growth.
Oh my Grenada.
Like countries such as Dominica, St. Lucia, and Jamaica, Grenada is moving to open up the power generation sector to competition.
Oh my Grenada.
Like with telecommunications, competition will spur innovation, ensure efficiency and reliability, and make electricity more affordable. The economy will grow faster, and in the end, the network company will sell more. With a stronger economy, electricity usage will increase, maintaining profits for the provider while the prices gets lower for the consumer.
Power to the people. Oh my Grenada.
In a liberalized economy, everybody wins. Liberalization is about the people of Grenada. Fair competition, fair prices, power to the people.
The inaugural Pure Grenada Cup Parish Football Tournament continues every weekend at a location near you. Round 4, Wednesday, April 4th and April 11th at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Round 5, Friday, April 6th and Saturday 7th at the Fawn Playing Field in St. Patrick. Round 6, Friday 13th and Saturday 14th at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Round 7, Cuthbert Peters Park in Gore, Friday the 20th and Sunday 22nd April. Also at the Lauriston Mini Stadium on April 22nd inside Carriacou. Semi-finals Saturday, April 28th and the grand finale May 5th at the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. Over $70,000 to be won. Come out and represent your parish. 8 weeks of exciting football. Pure Grenada Cup. Sponsors: Carib, Pure Grenada, Flow, Castral Global Logistics, Claxcoat Rum, the Communal Cooperative Credit Union, Grenada Development Bank, Amerijet, Fast Cash, Quartz Grenada Limited, Axel Finance, GBN, Coca-Cola, C-Tech Service Station, Glenelg, Spice Oil Retreaders, Hard FM, York Sneakerwear, Gotofet.com, I'm Local, Rebelicious Burgers, The Cell, PartyGrenada.com, Century 21, and Powerade.
You're listening to Hard Talk Grenada via www.hardtalkgrenada.com.
Tap the screen.
Good morning to Grenada, Carriacou, and Pity Martinique once again. It is time for Hard Talk. My name's Sheldon Scott. I'll be here with you until the 12 o'clock hour. My good buddy Devon is unable to make it this morning. Yeah, we wish him all the best. We hope everything is going okay with him, though, yeah? But, you know, sometimes he just has to take a day, yeah? It's that time again. Yes, Spice Mass 2018 has been officially launched, yeah? So ask me how the thing went, I didn't go. Saying a special good morning to all of you listening via the various radio stations. Yeah, those of you listening via 97.5 FM, City Sound FM. Hope that you all are having a fabulous morning this morning. Those of you who are listening via 89.5 CRFM Community Radio on your frequency modulated. We're also saying a very special, gracious Grenadian good morning to each and every one of you. Those of you who are also listening via 92.9 out there on the sister isle of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, a place that I'm missing. I need to go to Carriacou soon. Somebody, please, get an excuse for me to go to Carriacou. Yeah. And also 94.9 FM, We Vibes, Noise Radio, out there in Brooklyn, vibrating and pulsating the Caribbean flavor. We say a special good morning to you, Wade, Enos, and the entire crew out there on We Vibes, yeah? Good morning to you, Carolyn. I see ya. Good morning, Louisa and Terrian. Chris and Heather, Sonia. Yeah, I'm seeing all of you guys jumping into the live this morning. Kathleen, Hazel, Joel, hey, Scoops. Hope all of you are having a fabulous morning this morning. Hey, Chad, Blackman. Yes, it is a Pabo moment, yeah? My Bajan brother, what's going on with the politics over there in Barbados, man? You might have to give me a call on air one of these days, you know. You don't know. Next thing you have a lot of Bajan votes over here, you know. Yeah, I know the Parliament of Barbados has been dissolved a couple weeks back, but they haven't set the date for election yet. Now you have all sorts of weird things. You actually have some prostitutes have actually formed their own political party over there in Barbados. And are contesting elections. Yeah, prostitutes. Yeah, ladies of the night. Well, I heard of the ladies. I don't know if men are involved as well. I know that the ladies are involved. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yeah, 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get onto the inside. Thank you, Sonia. Yeah, decided to brighten it up a little bit this morning. Rain in London. I'm a friend, I'm in the code. I will be if you're alone. Do anything. Yeah, Chad, you gotta give me a call. Let's talk about the little politics in Barbados and things. We need to know what's going on around us too, you know, yeah? Do anything. Thank you, Agnes. Pull your phone. Yeah, let me say a special good morning to Jack Glory. I know he's listening. Also his lovely wife out there in the UK. I know she's listening as well. Hansha, good morning. Yvonne, good morning. Spice Mass 2018. Yes, we're on the road. We're ready to go. Yeah. The reigning soca monarch. You say going for it again. So they ain't taking it from him like that tonight. Nobody ain't taking it from him yet. 2018 seems to be the year returning winners, so let me see what's going to be taking place, eh? Yeah, from the NNP coming and take back all the seats again. Boise say he coming back and take back his soca monarch crown. You know Rootsman Kelly humble, but he ain't humble enough to let anybody come and take the crown from him, yeah? And Dash had to put another one in the bag for the Royal Grenada Police Force and Mammy! Lil Natty and Tunna, they have stated their intentions very clear. They're coming for it this year. No holding back. It's going to be a very interesting Spice Mass 2018. Already from the samplings of some of the stuff I've heard, it's going to be extremely competitive. And in addition to that, remember, we also have the National Queen Show. Beautiful young ladies representing each parish. Difficult competition to judge. Cute as buttons. That's what I said? Yeah. Think it's quarter to play, man. We wait for this. We wait for this. On the road is mass. Also, you have the Little Miss Grenada pageant coming up on the 26th of May. The tickets will be going on sale this week. We'll give you the locations and you'll make sure and get your tickets early. Make your buses, your trucks, fill your cars, your vans. We're heading down to the Spice Basket on the 26th, yeah? Making no joke with that, boy. It's going to be very competitive. We have a caller online. Good morning.
Sheldon, morning. How you do?
Yeah, I'm great.
Congo, your boy.
Hey, Congo I. Blessed I. Yeah, man.
I just called to tell you good morning, man.
Morning. Yes, I. So I know how to speak to you on that issue, so we're going to talk after. Yes, I. Congo Ivan. Blessed. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on to the inside. Yes, indeed, folks. And just remember, Spice Mass, it has been officially launched. There are going to be activities taking place each and every week. Each and every week, there are going to be activities taking place between now and Spice Mass. So we're going to be giving you some information as to what is taking place. Also, remember the St. Mark Festival. That is on. In a short while, I'll be pulling up that information for you to let you all know what has been going on there. And as well, yeah, in case you all don't know, the Commonwealth Games are in progress right now. And we do have some Grenadian athletes who have been out there representing. Corey Oliver and Orielua Cherubin in swimming. They would have done some wonderful work, but were unable to progress into the finals. So we want to wish them all the best and thank them for what they've done thus far. We have a caller online. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm great.
Okay, just calling from New York. Just calling to say keep up the good work, and I like your shirt.
Thank you. I must get some more like that.
yeah. It's looking bright. You look bright this morning.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, take care.
I will stop dressing all them black and dark colors. And as well, like people want me to wear the bright colors, so I will start to wear the bright colors, right? Yeah, because I find everybody now only telling me about this one, so I got to change up the thing, ain't it? Yeah, I got to change it up somehow. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So I was telling you, yeah. Corey Oliver, Orielua Cherubin, they were there in the swimming. Can't remember the exact, because swimming has so many different butterfly and backstroke and all kind of things. And then different distances in each of them. But they have been out there once again flying the flag of Grenada. I'd like to congratulate both of them. We also sent a female beach volleyball team. They did pretty well. Didn't go to the finals either. But then they had a little incident too where the Australians kind of take them to the wrong city. Yeah. 3 hours in the wrong direction. Made local news in Australia and everything, newspaper and all kind of thing too, you know. Yeah, the bus driver don't know which direction he going. Instead of him to go south, he go north. Or instead of he go north, he go south. One or the other. That is the word on the street. It's another hit again. It's another hit and the streets keep talking. Let them keep talking. Them don't know the part that I walked in. Like a needle in a haystack. All this music, my mind. Just want to give you some updated information in relation to our athletes out there at the Commonwealth Games. So Brian Taplin, he is through to the finals of the men's 400 meter. So Braylon Taplin, why I say Brian? Braylon Taplin. He'll be representing Team Grenada out there in the Commonwealth Games in Australia. He's through to the finals of the 400 meter in a time of 45.11 seconds. In fact, I think he's one of the top finishers. Yeah, he's one of the top finishers in the entire thing. So 45.11. No. I'm giving you the wrong time. I'm giving you the time that he got to go through to the semi-finals. Let me get the time. Come on, Grenada Sports. You never failed me yet, Bascom. I'm looking for it. One set of information I had to find before I could find that one, Bascom. Come on. Yeah, I'll get it for you all in a short while. And I won't stop. Shout it out from the mountain top. I'm gonna give them all that I got. Rock till the engine stop when I jump in it. Stop tight. That is the word on the street. Yeah, we don't run. Yeah, that's the raiding groovy monarch, yeah? It's another hit again. It's another hit and that is a hit. No, it's your responsibility to make this another hit Yeah, we also have out there representing Grenada in the 400 meter, Philip Marcel. He made it to the semi-finals, but he did not make it through to the finals. He finished 8th in his heat, and at a time of 48.62, a respectable time, 48.62 in the 400 meter. A good effort, but he was unable to make it into the final of the 400 meter. But Braylon Taplin, he got into the finals of the 400 meter at the Commonwealth Games. In fact, if I remember correctly, I believe Karani is the reigning champion and also holds the games record. Yeah, Karani James holds the games record, and if I remember correctly as well, is the reigning champion. In fact, that would have been the time when he beat the South African there. Yeah, would have been at the Commonwealth Games. So Braylon, in a time of 45.44 seconds, he would have qualified for the finals of the 400 meter. Also out there representing Team Grenada in the Commonwealth Games, we have Lyndon Victor and Kurt Felix. You know, anytime Kurt in Grenada, he does make sure and pass by Hard Talk Studios, and so yeah. So Kurt and Lyndon, they've both been doing extremely well. In fact, Lyndon would have just thrown a personal best, personal best in the shot put of 15.79 meters. I think it's meters they have it in. Right. So he would have thrown that. And Kurt came in 3rd in the shot put with 15.24 meters. Remember, they still have a ways to go. They've been doing pretty well. In fact, Lyndon would have won the 100 meter for the decathlon. Kurt, I believe, came in 3rd in that very same race. So they've been doing pretty well representing Team Grenada. Kanaika Beckles of Grenada, she's qualified for the semi-finals of the women's 400 meter at the Commonwealth Games in a time of 53.34 seconds. That's 53.34 seconds. She's qualified for the semi-finals of the women's 400 meter at the Commonwealth Games. So a lot of stuff going on with our athletes overseas. Yeah, we had to remember them, Yeah, always have to remember them. Make sure and remember them. Nice, beautiful, nice. The phone number 4407377. That's 4407377. And for those of you outside of Grenada, 347-329-3101. And you can get on to the inside of Hard Talk. Nice.
Didn't get far, they shout to me. Come the new year.
Najuma, good morning.
Wait, without hesitating. I made it clear that
Terry, where they tried to frustrate the players, and they had to play against Scotland on Friday when that happened, and they lost, yeah. That's for the beach volleyball players.
Not to mention the feeling, the energy, and the music must have longevity. That is it. No, it's your responsibility.
Carl, morning, sir. Did I say good morning to you, Juma? Yeah, good morning.
That is how I view it. Your responsibility is to make this another hit and tell.
Depot, yes, Lyndon, Kurt, and Braylon are doing well so far, but it's also, Kanaika Beckles is also doing pretty well. I'm not sure when the volleyball players have their next match. I'm not sure exactly when that is, but we'll get that information and make sure we give it to you.
And the streets keep talking, let them keep talking. Them don't know the part that I walked in, like a needle in a haystack. All this music, my mind is lost in the he said, she said that they involving. Gets them nowhere while I'm evolving. Hold my own like a king on a throne, no need for umbrellas, cause it's raining.
Yeah, Spice Mass is ours, yeah? We have to embrace it.
Under the Christmas tree waiting.
You see how much of the radio stations are going to start to push the local music over the next few months, yeah? Or is it going to be a situation where they're only going to push the local music a couple weeks before Carnival and say, send a note around the station and say, we're going to play local music alone for the next few weeks, yeah? Or mostly local music for the next few weeks. Then the Wednesday after Carnival, they go right back to all of the other type of music that they've been playing. Or are they going to ensure that right now we preserve what we have? Are we going to continue watching our cultural icons go down like the way that we saw Tangla go down, and we saw African Teller and Steffi and all of these people going down?
Blood, sweat, and tears.
What I'm going to do in a short while is attempt to contact the Spice Mask Corporation, get a feedback on the launch on Saturday. I said I was unable to attend, but get feedback on that one.
it after it.
I know that the Little Miss Grenada, yeah, the contestants, all of them, they made their appearance there on Saturday. I know that did take place, yeah.
To make this another hit again, another hit anthem, that is how I view it. Your responsibility is to make this another hit anthem, another hit again, and not giving them it after it after it. Ooh le 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 le, oh. The body is a vehicle that carries a soul. Soca is the soul of the people. I am that vehicle. Oh, let's roll.
Yes, the 2017 Calypso Monarch out of St. David. Rootsman Kelly.
Frustration is too much for any child to bear. The burden is too heavy for her shoulder. Instead of sleeping every night, she's trembling with fear. Molested by a biological or stepfather. You dare not say.
Good morning to you, Chris. And also good morning to you, Kathy. I've got some photos to send on your WhatsApp. I know you'll enjoy them.
Stop it. They got to cut it off.
Wait, I'll send them to you as well. Good morning, Linda and Garvin.
If you know what I'm talking about, I mean protect the rights of the children and stop abusing them in the home.
So I'm expecting a call in a little while from the Spice Mass Corporation.
Cannot condone. No, stop. Cut it out. They got to cut it out. I mean literally. You hear what I say? Cut it out. They got to cut it out immediately. Don't wait another day. Cut it out. They got to cut it out totally. We got to make them pay. Cut it out. Protect the children from pain. Rid our society of disgrace and shame. Make sure they never do it again. Expect her mother cry. She don't know where the milk or pampers coming.
Yes, indeed. And I've got him on the phone, Mr. Kirk Seethahal. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Sheldon.
All right. And good morning to your staff down there at the Spice Mass Corp. Well, not staff, don't more like family. So good morning to your family down there.
Family.
Yeah. That's not staff, that's family. So good morning to the family down there at the Spice Mass Corporation.
Honest with you, Sheldon, they are the people that matter.
Yes, indeed. I tell you.
They are the people that matter. They are the people that have been here before me and will be here after me. Okay, they are the people that run Spice Mass.
That's wonderful. And it's quite a young group of people. That's the thing.
Well,
it's some young people say it augurs well for the future.
I'm very happy to hear you calling her young, so I wouldn't say yes.
Okay. So we just taking Julian out of the equation.
So you can't take Julian out of the equation. Julian is more young than me.
Maybe even than me as well. So you've had the successful launch of Spice Mass, and I can say successful because it was successful. Successful launch of Spice Mass this Saturday. Give us a little rundown of what took place.
Well, it's the usual. We had a very decent sized crowd. We had all the different aspects of traditional to jab. We've had 4 bands that displayed in the fancy category. You had a rhythm section. You had a lot of the young and upcoming artists. And I always get licks for the young and upcoming artists. But remember, I'm not a promoter. Mm-hmm. I am Spice Mass Corporation, and I have to provide that avenue for the young artists. Because sometimes you get, people in the crowd saying, oh, my God, why are they here? Why are they here? But they're there because we're supposed to provide that platform for them. Mr. Killer didn't start at the top. Talbry didn't start at the top. Boise didn't start at the top. So we provide that platform early on, and then we bring on the big wigs later on in the evening.
All right, great. So we've had that successful launch, loads of people coming out, and so I know that they, especially the National Queen contestants as well as the Little Miss Grenada pageant contestants, they made some appearances as well. All right. All of the parishes were represented at the National Queen show.
Miss Carrico, unfortunately, she came just after they made the appearance. Coming late, transportation issues. We only discovered when we realized Miss St. John was missing. And upon calling to see her whereabouts, we found out that she was no longer taking part. But that is why it's always important to start early, because we now have to work on getting a representative from the parish of St. John. But we have the time, and that's what's good about it.
Great. And I'm looking forward to some of the music, because I've been hearing a little piece here and there here. And if that's what they're releasing in April, I can imagine what's coming out in July and August.
Well, I don't even have this conversation anymore, because I always tell people, Grenada's soca has surpassed everybody in terms of the world. Look at what is happening in Jamaica, what happened recently in Trinidad, and what is happening in Jamaica now. So definitely the quality of music gets better every year. And, I commend the artists, because I know how hard they work. I know how expensive it is to produce. And, the small market they have here. So I am very proud when I see people like Little Natty and Thunder are taking the Caribbean and the world by storm. So, power to Grenada's soca and calypso music.
Yes, indeed. And I know, and I will make this call officially with you on air to all of the businesses to support these artists. To support, it can't just be government and the Spice Mass Corporation, but we need the business community, and we need the rank and file Grenadians to support these artists. Buy their music. If they have CDs out, people that still use CDs?
Who, me?
Does still have CDs out?
Well, I still use CDs. I don't know for everybody else. So maybe I'm a little backward.
I wonder if it's still CDs or if everybody just buying it on iTunes and them thing right now,
Well, but I haven't reached that level yet, so there's still a market for the CD. But we've got to make it available.
Yeah.
So I should be able to be flying out on the airport and be able to pick up a Boise CD.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the directions that we have to look at from the Spice Mass Corporation, that added value. For example, when you're leaving Trinidad after a carnival, you could pick up a miniature costume on a doll. So, the bands could start to do different things to add little value. The artists should be able to have their CDs on the airport, so people leaving, they're able to purchase a CD. There's still a lot of things that we have not touched and we have to touch.
Well, and outside of that, though, we also have to call on many of the pirates out there to give the artists a little chance to make a little dollar. Because we've seen what happened. We've seen artists dying every year. You see different artists dying every year, and they really haven't made money out of the art form. They have wonderful music. They have wonderful libraries of music, but they haven't really made a living off of the art form. Some of it due to piracy, some of it due to how they conducted their business.
Well, exactly, and I think there's a lot of room for growth. We need to have a serious education drive on copyright and intellectual property rights. We keep talking about it, but just on the surface, and a lot of the artists are not benefiting because they haven't registered their music. The songwriters haven't registered their songs. So there is a lot of money outside there that's just slipping through the cracks because we're not doing things properly. And I guess the onus is upon us as the Spice Mass Corporation, not only to be the producer of the event, but also push the educational drive where those things are concerned.
Okay. 3 big guns that we've lost in the last few months. We've lost Tangla, we've lost Steffi, we've also lost African Teller. Do you know if the Calypso Association, but I don't think that might be directly Spice Mass, but if the Calypso Association or any of the organizations are doing anything during the carnival season to remember those 3 who gave so much to the art form?
Well, the conversation has started. The president of the Calypso Association, Mr. Sylvan Chan, he has already approached me in coming up with some way that we can honor these fallen heroes. So definitely you'll hear more about it as the plans concrete. and we let the general public know what we have in store.
Can I make a suggestion as well, though?
You most definitely can.
My suggestion is that each year at the Dimash Gras, that we should honor some of the living ones, so that we don't have to wait until they're gone, but that we could honor the living ones. At each Dimash Gras, we should have a section where we honor them or award them or some sort of thing. Create a hall of fame for our local artists, whether it's calypso or soca or groovy. Create a hall of fame for them.
Great suggestion.
Yeah, because it's kind of, Chala and them can't hear what we saying now,
Well, you never know,
Well, yeah, you never know, but generally, they've gone. It would be a good thing to see many of them remembered while they're alive. And not only in that, but in culture overall. The people like the Lazarus Antoines and the Helen Maries and the Andre Garveys and Associates and etc., who have been there for many, many years in the art form, bringing out mass on a yearly basis. You
ain't talk about people yet, Sheldon.
No, I know.
Are wrong. You talk about these people that are wrong now.
I talk about traditional.
People that have contributed to mass prior to these people's existence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and
okay, so you just scratch the surface there.
Well, I talk about who I know, That's who I know.
You're very right about it, because you have a lot that you don't know.
Exactly.
Which
especially
means that we have to make sure that we showcase these people.
Especially those who do the traditional mass. There are some people that have been doing that VECO since the 1970s and before. So the VECO and the Shortney and all of these different traditional mass, the guy up there in St. David, who has done his best to bring back the wild Indian mass and so on. And all of these people that have been, I think it's very, very important, very, very important that we find some means throughout the year of remembering them outside of the period of Spice Mass launch to Carnival Tuesday.
For 2018, the focus is on traditional mass. Because it's something that we planned over the past couple of years that we need to take a serious look at. Because it is dying, and it's not the form where the sponsors throw their money behind, because I don't think they see a commercial value to it. The fancy mass bands, they get the corporate sponsorship and so forth, but it's trying for the Shortney and the VECO and the Wild Indian, because they don't get that sort of support. Government, we do support them from a governmental point of view by making sure that they get subventions and so forth to make sure that the art form continues, but we still need to do so much more.
Do they get concessions, though, on
Definitely.
bits and pieces?
All the bands get concessions.
That's absolutely wonderful.
On bringing in their raw materials.
All right, that's absolutely wonderful. And I think that these are the things that people need to know.
That's in addition to the subvention. They get a cash subvention that helps them with transportation and different things during the season, but they also get that concession that waives the duties when they're bringing their materials for the sole purpose of Carnival.
Now, as you mentioned subventions, we getting subventions early this year?
Our subvention has been paid early for the past couple of years.
I want to make sure.
And you balling what band you have?
I ain't had none. I want to next thing I want to start one and I want to apply.
No, that's conflict of interest. I don't do business so. Okay, and you'd have to prove yourself for at least a couple of years before you could get subvention.
Also, I ain't getting it just so?
Next thing you tell me you're bringing out a band and you come and collect the subvention and you ain't bring out nothing.
Well, you have a point to make there.
You have to prove yourself.
You have a point there. All right, and anything that Grenadian public needs to know over the next few weeks, we know activities each week.
Be on. The next event will be Pan Expression at Canteen on the 28th of the month. We want to
28th or 29th? I'm seeing the 29th on the website.
It's the 28th.
28th,
we would have made some changes. That has to be amended. So we definitely want people to come out and support. From there, we have different fundraising initiatives. But let's try to do a weekly call as build up Carnival, and let's share the information, Sheldon.
Yes, indeed, and that's exactly what we intend to do each week, leading right up to Spice Mass.
Quiet today?
He's not in with us today.
Oh, that's all right.
It's me alone. That you know.
He okay?
Oh, he's okay, man. The flu does behave bad when he's ready, but other than that, yeah, he's okay. Yeah, so. We have that coming up. We also have the Miss Caribbean United coming up on the 2nd of June.
Yeah, that's on June 2nd. That's one of our fundraising initiatives. We also have the Spice Mass fundraising cruise on the 26th of May. And a lot of different initiatives, but we'll let you know as they come forward.
All right, wonderful. We'd like to thank you so very much, Kirk. Which parish is up first, the bat? for the parish launch?
No, I don't know. But when we speak next week, we should have all the details ironed out.
Okay, great. Thank you so very much. Before you leave, I think it's important we need to let the artists know that registration is open.
Registration is open for all aspects. We've had people come and register for Monday Night Mass already. We've had artists coming and register for soca already, groovy already. A lot of the mass bands have started to register as well. So registration is open at the Spice Mass Corporation. We're located at the GCNA Complex, Unit D6, Kirani James Boulevard. You can also give us a call on 4400621 for more information.
If I'm an artist and I'm in Carriacou and I want to register, do I have to come down to register, or could I find some means?
No, you can do it. What we did last year is we did it through the Carnival office there. The Carnival office would register you. You'd pay them the registration fee, and then they will forward it to us.
All right, wonderful. We'd like to thank you so very much, Cook, and we hope that you all put something like that in place in New York too, because Zingo, Burbies, Muscles, all of them want to register, and they want to come down, take a ticket and come down to register. So could you all please consider registering up there?
Zingo have a whole contingent down here. In fact, Zingo's agent is Sherry Ann Noel.
So she can register on his behalf?
Sherry Ann does everything on his behalf.
All right. I thought they actually had to sign anything. I didn't realize they could.
No, someone can register for them.
All right. Beautiful.
Okay, and pay the respective fees.
All right. So, Zingo, Muscles, Burbies, all of you up there, Randy?
Zingo, no.
Right. I'll fix up. Nice.
All right.
Okay. Thank you very much, my brother.
Later, man. All right. Cool.
Yes, indeed. We've been speaking there with the CEO of the Spice Mass Corporation, Mr. Kirk Seethahal, in relation to Spice Mass 2018, yeah? Yeah, we need to start giving our artists, our performers, give them the flowers before they close their eyes. On to go and pay it on top casket and on top grave. Put it in their hand.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, all those pan men that have gone from before, yeah?
But it's only after they get under.
Some of them in homes.
Some
of them sitting at home right now listening to this program. They can't really leave home.
And then to add more insult to injuries, they grind long tests for the disease. But not to study them when you hear they opening up their mouth, no. When Larry was alive, a roast fruit was his only growth. But on the day he passed away, so many nice things did he say. I had to wonder if it's the same person they was talking about. I don't want no happy hour, no light candles on the head. No, no, give me flowers before I dead. No crocodile tears, enough of that heart they shed. I said to give me flowers before I dead. Before I dead.
Yes, the 2017 Calypso Monarch. And it wasn't an easy fight for him last year.
Before I dead.
Saw some guys.
You could say.
Let me say to you all as well. When you hear the Calypso tents are open, I will be visiting every single tent, yeah? And I'll be sitting in front for the abuse as well.
Andre Fletcher, Uriah Peters.
Well, I don't call it abuse. It's the art form. So when Beast come and he give me two words in his song, I mean, I had to sit down there and take it.
Whether or not you like Dr. Keith Mitchell.
If Scholar give me a whole verse, I had to sit down there and take it. That's the art form, eh?
The local heroes we have.
And it's not like they just go above and beyond. They'll give some talk, yeah, but I mean.
Before they disappear. Try to do it in advance.
You may not believe it, but actually two of my favorite, Beast and Scholar, yeah, they rank with me among some of the best that we've ever had. Beast, Scholar.
So give me no instead.
Randy Isaac, you hear that voice? Papa Jerry when it comes to lyrics.
Give me flowers.
You know King Mana Jamo, everything.
You say I was nice like Father Ed. Just give me flowers before.
Kathy, please behave yourself, and Hannah, please behave. Nice, thank you very much.
Before I dead.
Other than that, I'll go mute the thing, you know.
Before I dead.
So athletes, they are also out there doing extremely well, representing Grenada, yeah? And we know the Grenada Invitationals, it's coming up, eh? It's closer than you think. You need to go get your tickets.
Will you recognize me now?
Because remember, yeah, last year when people go in and look for ticket last minute, they couldn't get any tickets. Go get your tickets now. No matter which field of endeavor it is, I think we need to remember our Grenadians who have done well.
Damn disrespect. The ordinary people like me and you could be heroes too, yeah. The selfless sacrifices we make for a total stranger's sake. The ones we take for granted and we never appreciate after they gone to the great.
Yeah, like you have people like Trevor Thwaites gone to the great beyond. Just bloop, gone.
No effort must be spared.
National sportsman. Also a guy who has given a lot to the media, yeah? Especially sports journalism. And you have people that's still alive, like Michael Bascom. Even though I disagree with him politically, Ray Roberts, yeah? I was listening to an intercall games from the 1980s, and the broadcaster was Ray, yeah? You have so many principals and so in the field of education. While they may receive their little awards from the Queen, and so they also need to get a little something from their own country, yeah?
Ajamo, Junior Mori and Dalbury, Mr. Kila and Kirani, Shama Wells, Lou Smith, Timothy Atwine, and Kitisha, just to name a few. Whether or not you like Dr. Keith Mitchell, he made a great contribution too. So we have to pay tribute to the local heroes we have right here. Give them the honor they deserve before they disappear. Try to do it in advance. If you don't want no guilt on your conscience, after they're dead and gone, what you do as they have no importance. So give me now instead cocoa, tea, fish, cake and bread. Give me flowers before I dead. Don't wait till I gone. You say I was nice like Father Ed. Just give me flowers before I dead. Before I dead, before I dead.
4407377. It's sort of an open line this morning, huh?
I'm hungry.
Saw some members of the. Okay, let me take this call, then I'll get back to that one. Good morning.
Sheldon. How are you today?
Hey, I'm fine. Yeah, go right ahead. You're live.
Yes, good morning, Sheldon. As you make a mention of Ray there, Ray used to do some tremendous nice programs on GB, and I don't know if you would know, but that was early in the 90s and late 80s. On Saturday afternoon, you know, he used to have nice quiz, it's really nice sports programs, you know. And I don't know if is there any way he could assist. Probably he may not want to do it himself, but he could help or ask others to do it and direct them in the manner that he used to do. You know, but it was all based on local sports, you know.
I think that's an area that's seriously lacking right now.
Yeah.
When it comes to serious sports journalism, Trevor Thwaites was one of the only people I know did a serious job when it came. There are others that tried a little thing. I know there was my good little friend from in Mamakan there. Trying to remember his name right now. Mauto. I'm trying to remember his first name, but he was trying to do a sports program. Hamlet Mark does an excellent program on a weekly basis together with Roll Titus.
Well, I think Rolly used to do it as well, yeah?
Yeah.
But, sorry to cut you off, but from my listening to him over the years, to be honest with you, in the 80s, and it was really fabulous in the manner how Ray used to put out, especially the quizzes, you know. There's a lot you could have learned from. Yeah, lot of everything, along with table. Well, you know, regarding table tennis, he is one of the guy in Grenada, and I don't know if there's anywhere he would like to contribute towards table tennis, you know.
Yeah.
As I say,
and you know he still plays, eh?
Yeah, and this is with the late Uncle Bob. Yeah, no, he's gone great beyond, but I don't know if you know him, Uncle Bobby's time out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are some of the guys, but as a colleague rightly said, it's only after someone leaves this world then we have good thing to say about them. It's better you do something now than, you know, later on. I mean, there's nothing the person will listen to you or anything regarding those comments you are making. Yeah.
And it's in so many different fields of endeavor, whether it's in sport itself, where you have people like Bonnie Wilson, in boxing and so on. Trevor used to do boxing as well. You have all of these people in that. You have martial arts with Grandmaster Dabrio. So you have so many people who have done so much in so many different fields of sport and endeavor here in Grenada. And I think from time to time, we tend to forget too easily. We tend to forget a lot of people who contributed. People that we may have been there in the stadium or the Queen's Park or wherever, screaming at because we're so glad that they were doing something and we've forgotten them. Yeah?
Yeah. But Sheldon, sorry to go back, but I know well, we all live close by. Well, you and Ray also live close by as well.
Yeah, man.
But the thing is that I don't know if you could influence him. You see, that's as I said before, if he cannot do it, but encourage somebody else, you know, to bring back the afternoon sports program. It was not just only based on one particular, but many other sports, whatever take place in Grenada, and even thing where it take place probably in Canada or where any Grenadian athlete, wherever the performer, he used to be talking about them. So you keep the Grenadian people up to date, and you keep the momentum going for the person who is performing, you know. It was a very, very good program, and people used to sponsor those programs, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's probably something that either GBN or one of the stations can look at.
Yeah, but I think
as I said, there's one.
You influence him to bring it back. I mean, for the mind of our people is very, very good.
After the election, I ain't too sure if certain people want to see me.
Now, man, Ray's a cool guy, man. Ray ain't taking that. Ray's a cool guy, man.
Still my partner. All right, my brother.
All right,
thank you.
All right.
Yeah, after the election, I ain't too sure certain people want to see me and all that kind of thing. 4407377 and 347-329-3101. We have another caller online. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Sheldon.
Morning.
Morning, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm okay, man. Okay. Sheldon, I want to say congratulations to all the Grenada athletes that are presently representing Grenada in the Commonwealth game, and they're representing Grenada with distinction. And Brother Sheldon, I want to say, you know, sometimes when we sit at home in our living room, we're watching our Grenadian partake in the Olympic or the Commonwealth game, which is a joy to us and make us so proud as Grenadians. But I want to say thanks to the government, NP government, with the vision of Dr. Mitchell, for that athletic stadium and cricket stadium where we could go and watch our local athletes partake in games. You have the invitation games, we bring a joy and make the Grenadian people happy. Right? And because of that vision, where we could go and sit and watch our athletes partake in international game in our country, which is that also be marketing our country and letting the world know how beautiful our country Grenada is. I want to say we should be proud of our athletes for representing Grenada, representing Grenada with distinction. I want to say, yes, all women may not win, we may reach the final, but we say thanks to them because they represent Grenada and make us proud as Grenadian. All right, so I want to say, Brother Sheldon, God bless you all. You have a wonderful day. What about Devon? You not feeling well this morning? Or?
He's not feeling too well this morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever you wish him good luck.
All right, my brother.
Okay,
Thank you.
You have a wonderful day.
Okay. Yeah, Deepo, I see you're calling some names there. You called my uncle name there too. Right, so you say Sampata, Ben Harris, and Smasher, and them. Nice. Yeah. Papa Jerry, good morning, sir. I hope you're having a wonderful one. Yeah, no two we had to speak. Watch, I had to speak to real people, you know. I had to make some time and sit down and just make some calls and go and see some people and all kind of thing, you know. I have a lot of stuff that I had to be dealing with. A lot, yeah. So I had to make some time. Make some time and make sure and go and see some people.
Before I said to give.
Yeah, even Mother Sister, I love karaoke. Believe me, if that an international groovy monarch, it's my belief that Short P would have won a couple times already. Just a class act. You have Blacker Dan as in the younger set that are there right now. Randy Isaac hands down, yeah. Flying Cloud, yeah. And then I saw somebody call the name there on the live a little while ago. Yeah, Harold Faisady, which is a man that made sure that our local music got attention. Remember a Culture Share on a Saturday? Harold Faisady and Gentle Ben. Yeah, Gentle Ben. Oh, no, Gentle Ben. I wonder if he's on the live this morning, boy. Gentle Ben might be there somewhere, you know, man. Yes, these are people that have helped promote our culture as well.
If you don't want no guilt on your conscience.
I've seen a name Roland Glean, but I'm not sure who that person is. Sonia, you had to educate me on that one. One thing I don't feel is I don't feel I know everything. So educate me.
Give me flowers before I dead. Don't wait till I gone. You say I was nice like Father Ed. Just give me flowers before I dead.
Or 4407377. And let me, you know, I just never remember the next one. Yeah, 347-329-3101. That's the next number you can call as well. All right, nice.
I'm hungry right now. Will you feed me now? Will you recognize me now? When I finish my little mission here on me father.
Yeah, and the members of the New National Party, yeah, they would like to thank all of you. The New National Party Welfare Arm would like to thank all of you who supported them on Saturday with the breakfast sale. We'll be seeing them soon again. They'll be giving me the information exactly when, where, and what time and that kind of thing, yeah? But they'd like to thank all of you that would have supported the endeavor this Saturday. Well, last Saturday.
The ones we take for granted and we never appreciate. After they gone to the grave beyond, you know that it is too late. So leave no stone unturned. No effort must be spared.
So remember April the 21st at the Grenada National it's the Kirani James Athletic Stadium. You'll be seeing a field of local, regional and international athletes in action, including Kirani James, Braylon Taplin, yeah, and a lot of other athletes. So get your tickets now. That's just about 2 weeks away. Yeah, just about 2 weeks away. So make sure and get your tickets right now, all right? Yeah, make sure you get your tickets. Nice, good.
This song is not about guns and bombs. When you hear about weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah, very serious about that. I think that we need to recognize a lot of our artists, our athletes, and some of these simple people who have made a lot of contributions to communities and so on. Don't wait until you only go to do the eulogy and you have to say a set of nice things about them. Tell them while they're alive, yeah?
Living is the big profit, and they have nothing to hide when they commit this genocide, just to ensure that
Good morning to you, Wade. Hope you're having a fabulous morning this morning. I don't know who's in the Wap Wap Waxy this morning, but I hope that they're having a wonderful, wonderful time this morning. Eh? Nice. Good morning. Brian, good morning to you. Chris is saying, give a MBE to Specky. Yeah, okay. Elsa, good morning to you. And Louisa, Brenda. He's another weapon of mass destruction. Again, 440-7377 and 347-329-3101. Good morning to you, Patricia. Realize I missed a call from you. My internet network was not being the best on its best behavior between Friday and this morning. Like they are the real job pusher. So sometimes for several hours I really didn't, you understand. It's when the phone go back on, then I realize I missed a call. But the side effects are worse in every way. Most of those who are affected. Okay, Hannah, I'm seeing your message about the pedestrian crossing, so I'll pass that on to traffic department. On the drugs for as long as they live. And this doctor should be ashamed. Neil is saying congrats to all the nominees and winners at the Grenada Hotel and Tourism Association Gala Awards over the weekend. Over the counter. Neil, if you've got the list of who got what, send it to us. We don't mind. Now, I've been listening to the some of the ramblings by the National Democratic Congress. Huh? It's 11 o'clock on the Spice Isle. I listened to a certain individual speaking yesterday, and I can't even remember them saying that they were a member of the committee. You know? They said everything the committee do wrong. That's the Constitutional Reform Committee. And I don't even remember them saying, maybe they said it and I didn't hear it, but I can't say that I heard them say that they were a member of the committee. Brian, don't interfere with the man. The pea soup from by short man with pig. You ought to put the man in trouble. The man don't eat the pig. It could be detrimental in so many different ways. Yeah, I can't remember hearing them say it, and that's where hypocrisy comes in with some people. Huh? So listen what I think you should do. Try to separate themselves from the whole thing. To wait on nature's way to provide with bread. Like I also realized that they were speaking about oil and gas between Trinidad and Grenada and so on, and they seem to forget that under the NDC government, the NDC signed an agreement with Trinidad that whatever was found in Grenadian waters and is being exploited would be done in conjunction with Trinidad and Tobago, signed by the NDC. Plastic cheese and plastic. Now they are the same ones that coming back and say that, oh look, they're doing deal with Trinidad and what about Grenada? And so it was the NDC that signed that agreement that said that whatever oil or gas you find in Grenadian waters, you have to develop it in conjunction with Trinidad since they already have the infrastructure in place. So in other words, if you get oil or gas in Grenada, you must send it down Trinidad for refinery to be sold, isn't it? Yes, yeah, them will do that. Now they want to say NNP. I'm amazed, even this amount of time after the elections have come and gone, that some people fail to realize the mistakes that they made, which put them in the position that they are. But I ain't going and tell them what is the mistakes. If they don't want to do an internal assessment and realize what are the problems, then too bad for them. We have a caller online.
Yes, good morning, my dear brother. How do you do, Senator Sheldon Scott?
I am absolutely fabulous.
And how was your weekend?
It was great, I got some nice rest, but I also got to make a little hang here and there, so it was nice.
But my own was fantastic.
Beautiful.
Yes, man. The Trump and the Nazimbog want to throw me down, but I throw them down in the valley, man, and I right on top them this morning, man.
Well, you could give flu name in Grenada. There's a real Grenadian thing, and anything past, you just give it a name or whatever taking place. Oh, man. All in easy.
Oh, God. Yes. You could remember the time in Trinidad when Tilly the one signed the agreement in Trinidad. Remember Parliament they closed down? Can you remember
no,
that?
I like to deal with facts, but I can't remember exactly what you're talking about there.
Yeah, the time
I had to double check.
Parliament in Trinidad they closed down, man. And the Trinidadian they give Uncle Tilly two van.
No. I don't think Parliament was closed in Trinidad at that time, nor here in Grenada. That would have been early in his time as Prime Minister. So I want to be truthful. One thing Hard Talk is known for is being truthful.
Go and research it.
But Parliament would not have been closed in Trinidad.
Come back with the facts.
Because there was the meeting of the Organization of American States in Trinidad to which Barack Obama and others would have gone to, and the vehicles would have been used for that. I have to double check though. If you're talking about the oil and gas deal with Trinidad, I would have to research to make sure. I cannot remember the Parliament of Trinidad being closed when that. I'm not saying that you're not correct. I'm saying I can't remember. So I'll have to double check that.
Yeah, double check it for us, please, eh?
Yeah.
Okay, sweetheart.
No problem.
And Uncle, what is his name again? Devon. Well, Devon, why don't let Trump and them don't try to rise up above that and come back in tomorrow morning?
You better stay where you there with it because I don't want it at all. All right, thank you so very much.
You, darling. Have a wonderful day. God bless you.
All right, my dear.
Okay, bye-bye.
440-7377. Anti-Root are calling out. I ain't find out here Anti-Root for a long time. Yeah, Miss Bernice up there in Richmond Hill. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Miss Clytie up there in Monjaloo. I hope you having a wonderful day as well. Mommy George, good morning to you. Good morning to Miss Noriega. Good morning to the entire listening circle. It's a listening circle. You understand how the thing does go. If one radio ain't working, they phone the other one on the landline and they lead the phone up so you could hear the entire program. That is how much they love Hard Talk. Yeah? Nice. Beautiful.
With your mind being canal and does not have a clue.
This one is by Papa Jerry Dory. I ain't started getting new music yet and them kind of thing. All you support the artists. Support the artists. Yeah.
I am stuck between a rock and a hard place in this modern time. God gave us a gift.
If you realize that they're selling their CDs and buy it. Yeah?
Endeavors to make we life rise up. But some people.
We've got a caller. Good morning.
Mr. Scott.
Hey, morning, sir.
Pleasant morning to you, sir.
Yes, sir. How are you doing?
Pleasant morning to your listening audience. I'm doing absolutely wonderful. You know, I'm just glad to know that I'm in the land of the living in a beautiful and safe place called Grenada.
Mm-hmm.
No, Mr. Scott, listen to this. Hey, Devon, wherever you are, sir. Yeah, son, don't let Nas keep you down. No, Mr. Scott, it's been 27 days based on my counting since we had this election. No, I can't understand why some supporters of the NDC remain so broken. Why they remain so hurt. I was listening to them yesterday, and I was listening to the NDC morning program, and I find some people expressing a sense of disappointment, frustration, hurt, and pain, as if the cut is still fresh. You know, but all I want to say is, listen, the bottom line is, Mr. Scott, the activists and the upper echelon of this organization was the one that misled the supporters, making them believe that the impossible is possible.
Mm-hmm.
And they was talking to them in a tone like if they show as to what would have materialized, when in fact I consistently said prior to the election that the facts and the numbers don't add up in their favor at all. So they're the ones to blame for this. Now, Mr. Scott, the next issue here is this. St. Andrews Cricket Association. We don't know what is going on in St. Andrews.
Mm-hmm.
Last year we had problem. This year we have no problem. As far as I'm concerned, despite the fact I'm not a cricketer, I find that the season in disarray. How come what is happening now? This cricket body is slowly becoming dysfunctional. The National Cricket Association needs to call and these people in St. Andrews to account. Let's audit St. Andrews Cricket Association and let's start fresh. Today we have more sponsors and more money, but we are getting less done. I don't know who are the folks responsible for the association right now, but they need to say something. We need to know a lot. Now, the next issue here, Mr. Scott, is bad pay delinquent parents or guardian. Now, that's why I have to say, we gave this present government the authority to right wrongs and to make sure that this country run and all this institution runs properly. Now, delinquent parents, Mr. Scott, once you are working for the government or you are working for a company, if you have to pay, if money, if you is a parent that is paying in quotes as a result of your delinquency, once you're working for the government or a company, you should not have to go in court and pay no money. This money should be deducted from your salary or your wages with a court order to your employer. So when money is not there, the first person we're looking for is the employer, because he is responsible as a result of the court order to make sure that this money is being paid. Now, let me give you an example. In Granville Courts, we have one employee there who is cool with the family of a delinquent father. And the gentleman, he's working full-time with a reputable company. He's not paying up in the way he should. And do you know, every time this lady go in there to check, this employee, she is always trying to tell this young lady, well, give him some time, look this, look so, you understand? And the gentleman is working, and the only responsibility he have is for this child. Why would an employee inside of the court system telling, a deprived parent, of telling this parent these things, while her children is properly been taken care of? And last but not least, two things. No, I just want to welcome back my minister who been out. She's been back, I tell her she have to slow down, and she have to take a little rest, but she's back and she says she's ready to conduct, you understand, the business of the people that voted for her and the country as a whole. And listen, as I listen to you talking to me, that's my last point, as I listen to you talking to Mr. The gentleman with the carnival
Spice Mass,
from Granville, we have to make it absolutely clear, this carnival, to all DJs, wherever they are, once a ban is passing, whether it's jab, wild Indian, Veco, whatever, once the band reach the area where they playing the music, it should be mandatory that the music stop. And what we should be doing is issuing issuing the permission to these different DJs with that understanding. So when they fail, all we need to do is to call the police, go there in the middle of everything and lock them down. Because because I realize that does create a lot of, I won't say anxiety, but a lot of disarray within some of the mass bands, because the DJ failed to turn down the music in a timely manner. We should not be tolerating that this year. And I hope, when permission is granted, this will be made very clear to them that failure to abide by that particular rule will result in shutting them down. And not just shutting them down on that day, but whenever that DJ name turns up for permission to host certain events, that in itself will be taken into consideration. Mr. Scott, to all my hard-working brothers and sisters in the Northwest constituency in St. Andrews, I want to say have a pleasant day.
All right. Thank you very much. Yes, indeed. Some suggestions there. I do know, though, that I know, for example, for Monday Night Mass, that what the Spice Mass Corporation has been doing for a few years now, they have a person on the truck, the DJ truck that's coming over, and they do issue instructions and so on. Some of the roadside DJs, in fact, nearly all of the roadside DJs that I've seen, they abide by it. When a band is passing by, be it a steel band or be it a DJ truck or whatever, they do turn off their music. There have been instances, though, and Brian has spoken about that several times, the Pan Association has spoken about that several times, that sometimes when the steel band is passing, some of the DJs refuse to turn down the music. But they have to, and then it could be sorted out by making sure that they have a license to play on a particular location and so on, the license withdrawn or so, and they don't get another license to be able to play and that sort of thing, That could be done. That could be done as well. So there are different ways of addressing that particular issue. One of the things that I do hope that I see a lot more from now going back, not necessarily all in 2018, but from now going back, is that we see more of the steel bands on the streets during Carnival. Yeah? More of the steel bands themselves on the streets during Carnival. We know the issues, and I do hope that the Steel Band Association, together with the Spice Mass Corporation and the Royal Grenada Police Force, they all work to ensuring that that can happen. We know what scared them off. Well, not what scared them, but what turned them off from coming out on the streets. You're playing the steel band, you're coming through, and a DJ just decide he ain't turning off his music. That steel band, let it pass fast. You understand? I know it feel like to be knocking a old iron in the back of a steel band. I lose my hearing for about 3 days doing it. So I know it does feel like when you're playing a local old iron and thing in the back and knocking sweet. And party? Yeah, you're knocking a piece of old iron and thing behind it. And it feeling sweet and you're tripping down the road. I know them kind of thing there.
But some people that I know, thinking so low, they brain living in the dust. Because they would see it on the name of a brother with malice intention. When instead they could be uplifting assist.
440-7377.
It is so hard. No,
and 347-329-3101.
Didn't grow. But the reason they procrastinate and gossip is because their mind is poor. So I say poor mind will gossip. Illiteracy, simple mind, talk about places that they could never be. Ordinary mind, talk about events and personalities, but wouldn't mind speak about ideas, and great mind speaks philosophy. The mind is such a spiritual force, will make you do what's right.
Yes, we're into Spice Mass 2018. Yeah, be assured you're going to hear all of the calypsos, and so as we get them, we're going to be playing them during our program, yeah?
So be honorable.
While I'm speaking, I'm also looking for that information that Ms. Jacob was speaking about. I haven't found it yet, Ms. Jacob. I'm looking for it, yeah.
Yes, man. In all different.
Come on, guys, be nice to Devon. Those of you inside the chat room, please be nice to Devon.
And elevate those around.
For those of you on radio, they're saying that Nas finally catch up with him and strip him naked. That's why he can't make it in today.
Please stay away from his, because I say
Devon, poor you, huh? We've got a call online. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Scott.
Hi, morning. How are you doing, sir?
How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. How are you?
I'm fine.
Right, man. The original jacket man. Hey?
Yes, Mr. Scott.
Jacket man.
Yes, sir.
Go through.
Well, I want to say, tell Devon keep good.
Yeah, man.
Right. Okay, now, you had some famous cricketers up here in St. Andrews. I don't hear the name calling at all.
Mm-hmm.
Them was the Frederick brothers, the Captain Grenada, and then the Bataille, the Thomas brothers. Them was famous cricketers, Bataille Thomas and Denison Thomas. Them play cricket for Grenada. The brothers, Evelyn and the other one, Captain Grenada. Evelyn dead. And you have a famous coach in St. Patrick's right now doing good thing. He used to play cricket with Bataille and them. And he coaching senior team in Grenada now. And you had a program about sports, talking about sports this morning. Well, you will hear him on radio soon because I believe he was there on radio speaking about sports.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, you will hear him. I won't call him name. But he was on radio this morning.
Okay.
So, Mr. Scott, keep good.
All right, my brother, and thanks for that information.
Are they in the coal pit and I've been in two biners for Scott Baptiste?
Hey, Scotty.
Yeah.
My partner, man.
he bring about 400 to 500 straps here for me to bend this morning. So I'm in the process of doing that.
Scotty gave you work to do.
Well, I'm a still man, you know.
Well, is that Scott? Whether the Scott is the surname or the name?
No, Scott is one.
Yeah, man.
Big up, Mr. Scott.
All right, blessings.
Later.
And indeed, as I said, Scott, let me say a special good morning to Miss Cavi. And Cavi, just remember, everybody, we love you. So they can come and talk about your food. They can come and tell you what they want. At the end of the day, all of us, we love you. We are tired whenever they shoot for this. All right? Nice. 44073. That was my good partner, Jacket Man. Yeah, giving us a call there.
But wouldn't mind speak about ideas and great mind speaks philosophy.
And all my plan. I know these days like I can't plan that I'm going somewhere.
Right.
So all my plan. I say yes, I'm going up in River Sally.
You are in
going up to Saraka.
Reason to fight.
And if I see fellas beating an African drum, I go in and hold a drum and make a two knock two.
So be honorable.
Make up my mind, organize everything.
Not making your mind simple.
Go, my say, let me just take a look at rest and then I'll go.
It's the center of your universe.
The time I wake up, it didn't make sense even trying to go. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Scott.
Hey, how are you?
They, man, they're really cool and thing.
Oh, gosh. Nah, don't.
They say that is Nazim, you know. A friend called me quite in Trinidad, and she tell me that how they have Nazim up there. I say, oh, you could have Nazim up there and Nazim they don't hear. She start to laugh. I say, well, Nazim they don't hear. Nazim though they up there, they say the coal they have up there. I say, well, they have it down here too. And some of them get dead with that.
Wow.
So we have to be careful with what we eating and all of that too.
But we especially have to be careful around this time.
Yes.
Because usually, this is the point in time that you usually have, what do you call it again? Oh boy, when you don't wash your hands properly and flies settle on the food. Oh boy, I'm trying to remember the name of that one, but usually very prevalent around the dry season around now. So we have to be very careful. Yeah?
Yeah, so you okay?
Yes, I'm great.
All right.
Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, well, you too, huh?
All right.
Okay, I'm a blessing.
Yes, same to you. And you enjoy the rest of the day. Yes, indeed. Karakou and Petit Martinique. All your good morning. We're going Tati, now you join in the thing. Tati, behave yourself, eh? You come and join in this thing there now. Neil, yes. And I think Miss Jacob may be actually right because the deal was signed. The Maritime Boundary Delimitation deal with Trinidad and Tobago was signed in 2010. And the election, which removed the Patrick Manning administration, was in the year 2010. So, Ms. Jacob, I believe you're right. Yeah, I doesn't like to doubt people, but I wasn't sure. Yeah, so 2010, that was when that delimitation deal was signed. But part of the deal was that whatever hydrocarbons that you find in Grenada's waters, that you would do it through Trinidad. Yeah, you would find it. So the people who talking and saying ting, 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 they're the ones that sign it. So I don't understand what they're talking about. I really don't understand them. It's amazing. And the thing is, I continue to say, I just think that some of them cannot come to terms with the fact that they have lost. This one is from Sour Serpent. Seasoned campaigner. So, Serpent, just make sure I get your songs early this year and I don't have to beg to get it.
I was called to the prison by some locked up citizens. They tell me the reason is a message they want me take out this season. They say all of us on this end for having sex with underage children. But only now we see how it affecting society. When we damage them children, we creating unstable women, causing that kind of strife. Leave victims scarred for life. So upon what we did wasn't nice. Right now we paying the price. For carnival when you spin your dice, go and give them men this advice. Tell them, forget about the young, that go land them in Jonestown. Take a bitch from Talpree, old woman never kill nobody. So when you see a little picnic and she want your sample chicory, don't bother with she. That is the key to the penitentiary. If she tell you she's 13 and she sure she could pay your planting.
We've got a call online. Good morning.
Good morning, Sheldon.
Hi, morning.
You didn't hear when the lady says some Barbadian, she and some Barbadian was in some conversation and he saying to win 15 seats 3 times, something have to be wrong. And she taking it as though but some undercover thing went on. You understand? But I say, well, how come she can't pick up that the man trying to tell her something is wrong with the opposition? That's how I taken it.
But that's how everybody with sense would take it.
I don't understand how she's not picking it up. And then the last week, I hear Rhonda saying about this so-called victory. I said, what's wrong with this guy? What? And then just after that, in the same breath, he talking about love and crap. Tell her have a good day.
All right. And the thing is this, the government has asked, and the Prime Minister has asked, and the party has asked for everybody to come together for us to move Grenada forward as one. But there's just this fringe within that organization that refuses to accept that they did a bad campaign, and that over the 5 years that they spent in opposition between 2013 and 2018, they did not impress the Grenadian people with their performance. They did not. If they did impress the Grenadian, I see another stupid statistic that Dum Dum, you know that's the only person that's called names on the program. Yeah, but Dum Dum. I try to understand Dum Dum. If let's say you have 70,000 voters, so you have 20,000 people that did not vote. So those 20,000 people, it means, not that it means, but let's take it to mean that they don't support the NDC and they do not support the NNP because they did not come out and vote for either party. Let's just take it from that perspective. But the NNP got 33,000 votes. The NDC got 23,000 votes. It would mean that the vast majority of people do not support the NDC. Not the vast majority do not support the NDC. Because you would say those that do not support the NDC would be the NNP vote, 33,000. And if you're taking the 20,000 as not supporting either political party because they didn't vote for either party, then that would mean 53,000 people that don't like the NDC. But if you take that same 20,000 that you say don't support either political party, so they don't support the NDC and they don't support the NNP, and you add it with the 23,000 that support the NDC, yeah, you still don't have the amount that don't support the NDC. I try to understand what maths is not my first subject, but at least I'm smart enough to know that bit. Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, Sheldon.
Hi, morning, sir.
Abden.
Yeah,
I too was listening to somebody else's radio. Not listening, I heard on somebody else's radio that the lady was saying, the needy and greedy lady, was saying that some Bajan man tell her that she was speaking to some Bajan and the Bajan was saying that, look, something, what I gather is that the Bajan is trying to tell her she is interpreting what the Bajan is saying as the NNP thief the election. Because you heard that from a lot of NDC, you know. You understand? And this coming together thing, Sheldon, between me and you and thing, if I get that 15 nil, I'm coming together in a good while, you know. You understand?
No, but I mean, listen, if we have to move, you have to remember, you still have to remember that 23,000 Grenadians went into the polling station and voted for the NDC.
Yeah.
And they have to live in this Grenada for the next 5 years and afterwards. Yet their children have to live here. They have to interact with people. They have to be part of the society.
Yeah, but
and as such, they should seek, they should seek to be part of the process of developing the nation instead of, in quote unquote, calling for a revo. That's what some of them doing.
What?
Because they say that government need to go, that government need to this, that government need to that.
That is the attitude.
Some of them are actually, quote unquote, calling for all sorts of negative things for your country.
Yes.
Because they just mean that the only time the country could move forward and the only time they're interested in seeing the country move forward is when they're in charge.
They sort of remind me of the what you used to call them, boy, the GNP. The GNP of the day in 1984. They wanted independence, you know, but they didn't want it under Gary. You understand? You think they don't want us to? They want us to get oil. They want us to get oil money. But you heard what Nazim said? $27 billion in oil, and the NNP want to get their hand on that money. But let me tell you something. He was in a position. He was never in a position to get his hand on that money. You understand? But he have a problem with the NNP getting their hand on that money. Is the NNP put in all the works and so on? You understand? So those people, they would remain hating, and coming together is a hard thing for them. But eventually, you know, time heal wounds and so on. So they would come around. You understand? And we would accept them with open arms. That is how the NNP is, isn't it? Have a good day, my brother.
All right, my boy.
Right, take care.
Yes, indeed. 4407377. I think it's time for these people to become big people, grow up, accept that you lost, accept why you lost, and move forward and stop trying. You see that same attitude of taking each and every Grenadian for a fool, that same attitude of thinking that we are stupid and that you're the only people that are intelligent, that same attitude of lying to people, misrepresenting information to people, taking the intelligence of the average Grenadian for granted, that attitude, more than anything else, is what have you in the position that you are in right now. And if you don't correct that, you'll continue being in that position. If you have a party, you'll continue being in that position, because I hear certain people resign. But you'll continue being... Oh, they want to know who, eh? I hear certain people resign. Yeah. But that position, you'll continue to be in that position for an extended period of time if you don't change your attitude. This kind of opposing for opposing's sake, the line to the Grenadian people, you know that Camahorn Park was not sold. You know that for a fact. But you go out there trying to spread it because you think it's an issue that would have get you some votes. But look at your position now. Because people knew that you were taking them for a ride. It didn't help you in the South, you still lose. It didn't help you anywhere else, you still lose. But you continue on the same path. Now you start to do it with other issues as well. No, Chris, I'm not letting it out. I had to confirm that one first. I hear a certain person resign. Right? When I confirm, then I go say, right? Nice. Yeah. But you need to start to respect the intelligence of the average Grenadian, of all Grenadians. Respect our intelligence and stop trying those kind of dibby 1940-something political tactics on people in the year 2018. Because when you do these things, when you say these things, within minutes, people can check and verify the information and know that what you're saying is nonsense. You feel the registry is in Zimbabwe? The registry is right here in Grenada. So anybody could go and check the registry and know that Camahorn Park has not been sold, leased, given away, handed to somebody, or in any way transferred to any other person, that it belongs to the people of Grenada and remains the property of the people of Grenada. But you went and saying that your information, whole election campaign, you don't put out the information. When you intend to do it now? Because you had none. It's the same thing with years ago. You all come about, we had tape. Up to now. People still waiting. It's that sort of behavior that has put you in the position that you are. And that sort of behavior that going to keep you in the position that you are. Because you all think everybody in Grenada is stupid. So that you could just say things and everybody go jump on your bandwagon and say, yes. Stupid statement like Dum this morning. More of the registered voters against the NN. Come on, I could put my little 6-year-old to do the mathematics and he could tell you that what Dum saying make him deserve the name Dum. And then when you look at that block, they keep talking about that block of 20,000 or 19,000 or 20,000 voters. Be honest. It doesn't mean that that group of people doesn't support the NNP. It doesn't mean that that group of people doesn't support the NDC. There are various reasons. Anybody that was in a hospital, could be from the mental home to the general hospital and so on. There was in a facility. They would have been unable to vote on that particular day. That's a sizable number of people that could not have voted on that particular day. You also have literally thousands of Grenadians who are outside of Grenada right now. I know of many people who are registered voters in various constituencies who are now in the UK. That would have left over the last few months. Some left over the last few months. Some left over the last 3 years and are now in the UK. You even have people in the military in the UK and in the US who are registered voters here at home. Plus, if you look at Brooklyn alone, you're talking about thousands of people who were unable to come home and vote, but who are registered voters. You look at Canada, and the Prime Minister was in Canada over the weekend. You have literally again, maybe hundreds, maybe thousands of people who are there in Canada are registered on the books here, registered as voters and were not here. So they could not have cast a ballot. You think that they don't support a political party or they didn't want to vote? Maybe opportunity to come to Grenada and cast their ballot was not there. But you're going to look at that and say that's how that means these people don't. Only a fool, a real fool would make a statement like that all those people don't support the NNP. They more than likely support the NDC. A fool. And if you look at those that have not been sanitized off the list who would have died between 2013 and now, because sometimes a person's name may still be there, the person died recently, or even if the person died a year or two ago and nobody reports it to the Parliamentary Electoral Office, there's no official report there, so that name can be removed from the list. Which means that both political parties would have failed in that respect, because if you're doing your canvass properly and you're going over the list between 2013 and now, you're supposed to be able to identify people that died and say, well, this person has died, that person has died. They need to come off the list and officially inform the Parliamentary Electoral Office using whatever forms or so on that those persons can come off. But instead of doing that, you want to say that nobody in TIF election, we damn well work for it. We work for it. Nobody in TIF nothing. Go back and build your party. Go back. I believe in our opposition, You can go get boring in Parliament when you stand up there and everybody just saying the same thing. It'll get boring over a period of time. I ain't mind our opposition. Don't mind it at all. And then you get to the stage of the bitterness and the hatred that you hear from people like Claudette Joseph. That bitterness. That she's just upset with everybody because she lose. Nobody told you call people needy and greedy. No, Dum influence you. Because it's he who used to hear it from first. That people needy and greedy. All of the people that are needy and greedy doesn't be begging for money on radio. But people needy and greedy. And you take it. You go in the US and you say it. And then you come back. You're given exactly 8 minutes to clear it up and you repeat it. And then come back and cuss the host that gave you the opportunity to clear your name, you come back and cuss the host for giving you the opportunity, saying they didn't give you any opportunity. Bitterness. Stop behaving like spoiled children. Act like big man and woman. Yes, you, the members of the NDC, Claudette, etc., Randall, the whole crew. Ola does always say Randall irrelevant to politics in Grenada in the year 2018. Yeah? But you all need to accept the reality. Move past that and join hands to build the nation. But instead of doing that, you want to remain bitter and preach hatred. And what some people out there calling for a revo. Yeah. We can't get it one way, we go take it the next. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Because that's the mentality that you all have. Spoiled children mentality. You call Peter and Cammy and them spoiled brats. You behaving like a spoiled brat. Because you can't accept your loss. And if you think you're going to ever beat Peter, Charles, David in the tongue of St. George, it ain't go ever happen. It go never happen. In fact, I could put a bet on the table right now that at the next election, when Pedro run in town again, that he going to increase his votes by a significant margin. At least by 500. I'll put a bet on the table right now. He'll increase it by that. Because you all are too filled with bitterness and hatred. And just preaching that for people. Just preaching that for people. Bitterness and hatred. Let's go to the phone line. Good morning.
Hey, Sheldon, what's up, brother?
Hey,
man?
I'm good.
You know, to me, some people are in the dark, and trying to get them to see the light is very difficult. And some of my friends that lost, they talk about OB and stuff like that. So, I mean, I remember closely after New Orleans disaster when the levee break and all that, and so much people died. I mean, I'm only in the States, and I never hear nobody talk about OB or God punishing them or all kind of thing. I mean, the levee break, they didn't build it properly and people died. But it seems like in the small islands, people always contribute things to happen to them as, it's somewhat a supernatural force, what caused that. They never face the fact that, well, look, it's only natural that you in an election, if you don't do your job, you're going to lose. And when you lose, you cannot blame, spiritual powers for making you lose. It's just ludicrous,
So are they saying that evil is stronger than good?
Well, I don't understand how we are going to make someone
because if they say that there's so much of a religious if they say there's so much of a religious party and they're a God-fearing party and God-fearing people, and they're accusing the people that they went up against of being involved in necromancy, how come they get licks? Because the good is never supposed to fall to evil.
Well, strong NDCI was my friends. They used to wonder, they used to always say that, we really have confidence because I see how we go win a seat, but our party said we go win. So they can't believe how the party brainwashing the supporters in believing that. And, I'm just trying to say that they talk about needy and greedy. They still continue to push that kind of talk. NMP needy and greedy and all kind of stuff.
They have not changed their language from before the election.
They up it a little bit.
If you realize, they're still speaking about, and these are outright lies that who get fridge and TV and this sort of stupid statements that the stupid people continue making. These are doted statements, and they have been seen for what they want because you live in a community and you know it's not true. I live in a community and I know it's not true. As well as every other voter in this country knows it's not true. They think that by saying it over and over and over will make it true. That doesn't make it true. People have seen the lies that they are putting out there. They realize the desperation, and that's why they ended up in the box that they are in, the situation that they're in, and they can't crawl out of it.
And it seems like they're going to contribute. Just.
And they're heading for our next one, eh?
Yeah, Easter Monday we were in Batway, and I went by my good friend who was a strong on this. We were having a drink and we were all talking, and his son was there and other people was there. And we was arguing, and this young chap came up there from somewhere in Manchester, Hermitage or the area there. And he say, he stood behind this guy. He say, keep me just selling at the place. And look, who win in Batway for the Easter? there's a spot that been cleared, you know, just as you enter Batway. I think they're going to put up a building there or something like that. And the guy was pointing to there, look, keep me just sell there too. And so someone walk in the conversation and say, boy, this is my uncle land, my uncle sell his land, because keep was sell the land there. So some of them really, and the guy was so sure.
But that's the thing.
No, they're
when
really,
you challenge,
really thinking for you.
I mean, my friend, I know you does do it. But you realize anytime you challenge them, they just back down.
Well, they have to back.
Because they have no factual information to back up anything they're saying.
Definitely.
They would simply, and I always tell people, don't just listen to me. Don't just listen to Sheldon on the radio. Research on your own. And I will tell you where to research. And they can simply just go in the registry and find out who the property was belonging to and who it's been transferred to. That's easy information to find out. That's not something that's a state secret. That's easy information to find out. But they continue to say things and just expect people, because they are Mr. This and Miss That. The veranda NDC, as my good friend KB calls them. Because they are the veranda NDC, they just find, I am Mr. So-and-so, so when I say something, all of you idiots are just supposed to believe anything that I say because I said it. You understand? I don't believe in that, you know. I don't believe, number one, I don't believe that people are idiots. I believe that every Grenadian is intelligent enough to make their own decisions, and that once the information, truthful information, is put out there to them, and they can access it, they will make the right choice. And they've continued to do that.
That's true. But they continue to keep their supporters in a kind of porridge where they're really thinking funny. But you know, we had our event up here. I mean, we had a little incident, and to me, you know, it just put a whole dark cloud over the whole event, you know. And out there, a lot of stories been going wrong, and to me, you know, things happen like that where when the story go to one to the next, to the next, to the next, you end up, you know, a whole different story. So it wasn't a case of any gang violence or anything like that, or a case of, you know, the child that gets shot is my cousin, you know, close family, and I know him to be a well family man and a respectable person. And he's really a quiet guy, you know, a quiet guy. But you know, in a party setting, you know, you're walking through and somebody march one, you know, them kind of things, you know.
Yeah.
And a fight broke out, and you know, your friends jump in and hit one, you know, and it's like he get a bottle in his head, so he was like, you know what, and he lived really close to the party. So natural reaction, you know, somebody hit you a bottle in the head, you run home to come back, you know. I think that way you make the mistake, you know. But I think,
so he went and come back?
Yeah, well, he live right there. He live right there. So another case where you had to take a bus or take a van, or, you know, he live right there. So, you know, he passed in the wall and the guy marched him, or he marched the guy, whatever, and they, you know, they started to push one and they started to fight. And then the guy friends, you know, jump in and, you know, hit him. So when the event, when the scarf kind of, you know, in a kind of way, he ran home to come back. And I think that way he make the mistake, because when he came back, them guys already left. And it's a really sad thing, because I mean, them guys and them, it's like everybody from the same area. You can see, you know, see from the same area. The parents, the roots are from the same area. So it's a case where, you know, what happened there is just a matter of kind of sad. It wasn't a case of, you know, gang violence or a man walking the dance with a cutlass in the waist, or, you know, it wasn't a case of that. It was just, I'm in a fight. I live close to the event, so I ran home to come back.
So I think what we need to do here, though, is that we need to do some courses throughout the island again in how to cope with anger. And I'm not talking about just doing something on radio or television, because the person may not even realize that they have an anger issue, you know.
Well, yeah. No,
until the last minute, there are a lot of people with anger issues, eh?
Yeah, you're right. You're right on that front, because I mean, I know to have somebody with an anger issue too, you know, basically.
Yeah,
but
and that will cause
person,
those situations.
You know, but, but I'm going to get vexed. It's like very hard to calm him down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think we need to do those courses. Around you have people like Niels Chaitan and so on who come in and do those sort of things. The stop think kind of courses. I think that's something that probably is absolute. Well, not probably, but I'm sure that it is necessary in communities throughout the island. It's something that I could probably speak to the Minister of Social Development on, along with the Minister of Youth and so on. Could probably discuss it with them to see how we could put together a program to go around the island and deal with these issues. Previously, we had done sessions like that in different areas where the little gang thing was flaring up back in the early 2000s there.
Yeah, it wasn't
and
a gang
able to
thing.
contain.
It wasn't a gang thing up here.
Yeah, but we were able to contain it because while it may come across as gang thing, a lot of time it's anger management issues, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and especially if there's substance abuse involved, if the person has been drinking or if the person has been smoking and that kind of thing.
Yeah, well, I think the other guy may be smoking and drinking. Yeah, so.
Yeah, it lends to that sort of wanting to be violent. So we have to do some courses on those. Yeah. All right, my brother.
What I want to say is that to my boy, I think based on the events, right? To me, I want it to be mandatory. I think it's time that we had to pass a law in Parliament or something of that nature. Because you see, having an event, right, and selling drinks in bottles, to me, is like you actually I'm giving you a drink, but I'm also giving you a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bottles can be used as a serious weapon. So in a dance setting, people smoking, drinking. You must have a little scuffle in a dance now and then because people drinking, smoking. Yeah, men who come in there, they're not woman and they vex. Just kind of men watching the next man dancing with a woman. There, a lot of emotions inside it. You might know that, but if you go to a party and you don't even get a dance, you might be living the vex.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a man pass and him mash you wanna start something. And if you ain't got nothing on you, well, you might cool out. But if you have a bottle in your hand, you can only hype it up. So I'm saying that it should be kind of, to me, I believe that basically, that bottle thing in a party, you have to stop eventually.
Well, what I'm saying as well, though, I've been to many parties, activities, and so on. I ain't seen no scuffle. It's not necessary. If we change our approach, the way we think and so on, you'll see how easy it is.
Well,
not
changing
to
everybody's mindset, it could be a difficult thing. But I'm saying that,
mightn't be as difficult as you think.
You think so? When a man under influence, under weed and
well, yeah, so you had to change.
And rum and
you had to change. You had to change your mindset off of that.
But you had to protect your other individuals. So just if you have no bottles in the party.
Well, that is important as well.
Then you lessen the chance of any. You might have a little scuffle, yes, but you lessen the chance of any injury.
Yeah.
So I just think we should move in that front because I remember this party in Hermitage. I think they normally have up there, and to me I like to go there because the security measures are kind of in place. They search you at the gate. You get into the party and they give you drinks in glass. Now the same guys that fought up here, that started the whole thing up here. I heard that they had a little problem up in Hermitage too. But the point is that, remember, they have no bottle in their hand. So whatever they start could easily be contained because why? You know that? Yeah?
Okay.
So the bottle, to me, is really pushed that thing to the point where you reach it because after the guy get a bottle in his head and he had bust, then he see blood. You know what going on there now? Yeah, that? So that bottle thing in a party, I think, to me, it doesn't give away or take away anything much. You just get your drinks in a glass. Anything might contribute to more plastic glasses all over the place, But other than that, you have a safer event and you store all your bottles back, you make more profit. It's just a better thing to do, I find, basically.
All right, my brother.
How about that?
Okay. But you see, I still believe, those measures can be taken, but at the end of the day, if I'd hit you with a bottle, I'll go hit you with a bottle. If I'd hit you with my fist or my foot or my head, I'm going to hit you with whatever it is. The main thing is getting people to respect other people to the point that you would not participate in a violent act in the first place. Because if I am intent on doing damage to you, whether it's with the first thing I find, a bottle, or whether I go outside and find a boulder or a piece of brick, or I find a piece of stick, or a piece of galvanized, or whatever it is I find to hit you, I will hit you. So lessening the access of the person to the implements. It's like the old argument that goes around that we should ban cutlasses. I mean, a cutlass is a tool that our farmers use. Nearly every home in Grenada has a cutlass inside it in some form or format that they use for cleaning or going out in the yard and do something, or going and chop down something, whatever and thing. Not necessarily as a weapon, but it has the other use that it can end up being used as a weapon. People, you have your knives in your kitchen. People have been killed with knives before. Do we ban knives? What you have to work on is the mentality of the individuals within communities. And it is possible to change attitudes and to get people to get in touch with the point that they would not commit a violent act. It is possible. Yeah, self-defense is self-defense, but to actually go out there and look to do something violent towards another person, that you would think twice about doing something like that, right? Nice, beautiful. 4407377. We just have about 7 minutes remaining on today's program. Yes, Louisa, that is exactly it. Anger management, a very important thing, you know. It is something that I believe that, as I say, we're going to have an evolution of the thought process within our educational system. It is something that I know is taught at a certain level that probably needs to be expanded more in our primary and secondary school system, especially. The primary, catch them early, the primary school system, and then the secondary school system continue with that educational program in relation to things like anger management and self-respect and all those kind of things, all right? Yeah, that's very, very important. 4407377. Wait, what's the matter with you, guy? What's the matter with you? And yes, Tati, this Obia thing should never be part of politics and language of a smart politician. Yeah, that's true. But you see, when people are so shocked because they were given the impression by their political organization that they were going to win, that they're going to win, that's what their political organization didn't go into the election being realistic, you know. They gave the impression that they were going to win. So they kept telling people they're going to win, they're going to win, they're going to win, they're going to win. And what happened? They're telling people they're going to win, they're going to win, they're going to win, and they lose. They nearly kill some of the supporters. They nearly kill some of the people because some of the people and them get so upset the night of March the 13th. By the time they see it's 6 o'clock and they start to hear what happened, and then 7 o'clock, and by the time 8 o'clock they realize, well, it's a total wipeout again. Some of these people nearly drop down and die. They nearly get the people heart attack. They run the people blood pressure right up because they were not realistic to their supporters. They were not realistic to them. Yeah, they kept selling them a fantasy. Just like the fantasy of who sell Camahorn Park and the fantasy of who sell this and the fantasy, they kept selling them a fantasy. And that is why they ended up in the situation that they ended up, and they have no one to blame but themselves. You can't blame a party for going into an election to try and win everything. We're supposed to go in, decide I want to win X amount and lose X. Who does that? In which country? Nobody does that. You're going to win everything. And if you win everything, good. Yeah, you don't go in there to lose anything. But anyways, don't blame us. Don't blame us. Don't blame us. Time to accept the reality. Okay, if you don't do that, you're just giving yourself high blood pressure, damaging your heart and soul, having sleepless nights. Time to face the reality.
Bam boom baby, let we go. This Dr. Nicole Jonah, shop like a Japanese sword.
Yeah, Chris, that's what you wanted, huh?
What you say? They didn't like how we operating, so they throw the man overboard.
You have just a few minutes remaining. Could probably take one more call. 4407377. And, boy, why does never remember that? 347-329-3101. That's the other number.
So they throw Jonah out. Now they start to regret. Cause all of them pam wet. Jonah give them a wash out. From the east, west, north and south. The doctor give them a wash.
You can't blame somebody for winning. So we're supposed to run a race and pull back to let somebody else win? No.
The doctor give them a wash out.
And we said this to you. We've been saying this to you since last year. We've been saying that the exact statements that you're hearing from them now is what you would have been hearing. Didn't we say that? We said exactly. And if you go back, because all programs are online, you could go back and listen to them. We said before the election, KB came in here, he said it. I said it. Devon said it. You had other people that came in and said it and called in and said it. That exactly what you're hearing now is what you would hear. They're going to blame Obia. They're going to blame different members of their own team. They're going to blame the Parliamentary Electoral Office and say who thief election, that kind of thing. That you would hear those sort of things. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Scott.
Morning.
How are you, sir?
I'm great.
Yeah, how you doing coming, Salaka?
You hear me excuse, sir?
Right?
I went home and I say I'm taking a rest. So I leave the studio, I leave up here, and I go home and say I'm going and take a rest. Papa, you by the time I wake up, place dark. So I couldn't make it. By the hour I was looking to come up, I didn't think it made any sense.
Oh, you should have come still, man.
Yeah, and my son was up there, you know. Jamari was up there.
Okay.
Jamari was up there since early morning. He was up there.
Okay.
So I was going to come up, but I fell asleep and I said, oh, this is too late.
Okay.
And then a friend of mine said both of us would have gone up together. And he was tied up on work. So I just said, look, maybe I really don't have to go.
You should have come and you eat some cuckoo and pork and whatsoever.
Watching a big Rasta man like me and tell me that I eat pork, and I understand this lady.
But it was okay.
I could watch a Rasta man and tell me go eat pork.
Yeah, okay.
You're them born me out the tabernacle. Don't study me, I had 2 salt I'm home, eh? So,
no man. You
I'm a
need
salt
something, man. Without going in nation dance and all thing. But don't worry.
I'll make next time. I'll
don't
make
worry,
a special
next year please God day.
Yeah.
Next year please God day.
God's willing, yeah.
If we live to see, we go come. And don't study nobody with all them propaganda and the spelling, man.
No, it's not studying them, you know. It's psychoanalyzing them to the point of where you're trying to understand why they can't accept the loss.
Okay.
Yeah? As Jar Glory would say, they just can't admit they lose.
yeah, man. Anyway.
All right.
Have a blessed day and a blessed weekend.
Okay, my dear.
Enjoy the week.
And you enjoy the rest of yours. All right.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed, folks. And that would be our final caller for today. It's been a wonderful one being here with you. It's now 12 o'clock on the Spice Island of Grenada. And I'm heading out of here. So I'd like to thank each and every one of you. Those of you that called in, those of you that have been on the live, those of you that have been listening via the various radio stations. We know many of you listen and you never call. I meet you in the supermarket. I meet you on the street. I meet you on the beach. I meet you all over, from security guards to bank managers to the mid-level executives in organizations to the cleaners. Yeah. To the garbage men. Hey, fellas on the garbage truck, the white truck crew. Good morning to you. Yeah, amalgamated security guys, good morning to you. To each and every one of you, the retirees that are at home and so on, the young people that meet me and always say that they love to hear Devon and me on the program. They have to hear it every single day. I say a very special, glorious Grenadian good morning to each and every one of you. To my good friend down on Granans Beach, the ambassador. Yeah, the ambassador beach chair rentals and things. Okay, you say I didn't say the last. I'm saying it today. Ambassador, good morning to you. Right down by umbrellas there. Yeah, just ask for ambassador. You're looking for a beach chair and thing. You have coolers in the back of some of them too. Just ask for ambassador. Tell him Sheldon send you. Get a special price. All right? So if you're down Granans Beach and you're down by umbrellas there and you need a beach chair and a little umbrella and that kind of thing, just ask for the ambassador and tell him Sheldon send you. You'll get a special price. All right? In fact, Hannah, Kathy, Chris, I think I'll be going down to Grandans Beach this afternoon and take a little soak. Down by Ambassador side. Yeah, going to line by Ambassador for a little while. So I'll make sure that you all see the pictures, yeah? All right. So in whatever you say and do it safe and secure. You want to be speaking to and with you and not about you. Love each and every one of you. My name is Sheldon Scott. I'm out of here and do enjoy the rest of your day.